So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite book in the New Testament, and that's the book of John, which is actually written by John himself, and he wrote it around 70 AD in Ephesus, known today as Turkey. John, we find as we are reading the book of John that John referred to himself as the disciple that Jesus loved, because I think it's something that he personally believed. When Jesus said that I love you, he took it personally and was like, no, Jesus really loves me. Not saying that Jesus loved him better than the others, but you know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. And the Gospel of John represents Jesus as both fully divine and fully human. Like John, when John wrote this book, we see that John was actually focusing a lot on the deity of Jesus Christ, whereas compared to the other books like Luke was focusing a lot on Jesus being a man, the humanity of Jesus. Mark was focusing a lot on the servitude of Jesus. I don't think I should be talking about this. I'm just talking about John. So interesting facts about the book of John. We find that 90% of the stuff that are in the book of John are unique only to John. You don't find any of these other stories in any of the other gospels. And we also find that there are no parables in the book of John. I didn't know this until I started doing my Old New Testament survey. I didn't know that there were no parables in the other gospel in John. We also find the 7 great I ams in the book of John. These are like, I am the light of the world, I am the salt of the earth, I am the door, I am the good shepherd, the resurrection and the life. These are all found in the book of John. We find that the shortest verse in the Bible is also found in the book of John. That's in John 11 verse 35, which is Jesus wept. And we also find the most famous, I can say it's the most famous verse in the Bible that we all got to know even when we were still kids. That's John 3 verse 16, for God to love the world that he gave his only begotten son, etc. Right? I found it interesting actually as I was studying that a third of the book of John is actually of the last days that Jesus was on earth in human form before he died. Like, this is from, I think it's John chapter 15 until the end of John. These are the last days of Jesus Christ, and this is from Palm Sunday to Resurrection Sunday. We also find that Jesus Christ is written 170 times in the Bible, and believe is repeated over and over and over and over again about 100 times. Not in the Bible, sorry, in the book of John. Believe is written over 100 times in the book of John. And we see that John's message was actually to bring people to believe in Jesus Christ, which is why he focused so much. He repeated these words over and over again. I forgot to mention that John wrote the gospel, the book of John, for not only the Jews but also the Gentiles, for anybody to come to believe in Jesus Christ. So that's about it. And short video, supposed to be a short video. I then went on to write, as I was studying, I found that John, as compared to the other gospels, Matthew starts by talking about, how should I put it? Talking about the genealogy, right? Matthew starts with Abraham, right? Because Matthew was talking about prophecy fulfilled. And then we go to Luke. Luke starts with Adam. Luke goes way back before Abraham, starts with Adam. And Luke, as I mentioned before, I can't remember if I mentioned, but Luke was focusing on the humanity of Jesus Christ. But then when it comes to John, like I said before, that John was focusing on bringing out the godliness or the deity of Jesus Christ. So we find that John 1 verse 1, actually you'll be saying, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. We see that John goes all the way to before time, to before creation, to show that Jesus really is God. Jesus really is the Son of God. And this is actually where I will be ending my presentation. Thank you for listening.